My name is Papya Datta, working as a lecturer in Devi Mahalakshmi Polytechnic College. Today I am going to start with the next topic of fifth chapter of EMI, that is temperature measurement. So first we'll discuss about the basic concepts behind temperature measurement. So devices used for temperature measurement are different thermometers, thermocouples or digital thermometers. Thermometers contain a mercury or any other fluid. Temperature is directly proportional to an expansion of mercury. As soon as the temperature increases, it causes fluid to expand. Hence, the temperature can be measured by measuring the volume of fluid. There are many temperature measurement devices available such as thermocouples, resistive temperature devices, that is RTDs, and thermistor, etc. Heat can directly be related to temperature. If the temperature of object is high, it has more energy, and if the temperature is low, then it has less energy. Heat energy flows from one body to another body due to the difference in temperature. Heat transfers from a warmer object to the cooler object, that is from higher temperature to lower temperature. It continues until both objects gain same temperature, that is equilibrium is achieved. Neither body possesses heat, but a body has only internal properties like temperature and internal energy. Due to the presence of these properties, body possesses heat. Thus, energy change in the form of heat during any process will change the total internal energy of the body. Heat is measured in joules or calories, and temperature is measured in Celsius and Fahrenheit. Conversion from Celsius to Fahrenheit is given as Fahrenheit equal to 9 by 5 degree centigrade plus 32. So you can calculate the Fahrenheit. You have to convert the Celsius to Fahrenheit using this formula. Temperature is the measure of heat in the body. Temperature characterizes the body as hot or cold. The SI unit used to measure the temperature is Kelvin. The other scales used to measure the temperature are Celsius or Fahrenheit. The instrument which is used for measuring the temperature is a thermometer. When a hot body comes in contact with a cold body, the temperature of the hot body falls because heat energy starts transferring from hot body to cold body. Thus, the cold body increases its temperature and hot body decreases its temperature until both come at the same temperature of equilibrium. For example, when we hold a cup of hot tea in our hand starts getting hotter because of heat transfers from hot cup to our hand. Now we'll talk about the first type of uh, temperature measurement. First one is the thermistor. So this is the thermistor. So it is a resistance thermometer or a resistor whose resistance is dependent on temperature. The term is a combination of thermal and resistor. It is made up of metallic oxides pressed into a built disc or cylindrical shape and then encapsulated with an impermeable material such as epoxy or glass. Thermistors are a type of semiconductor, which means they have greater resistance than conducting materials but lower resistance than insulating materials. The relationship between a thermistor's temperature and its resistance is highly dependent upon the materials from which it is composed. There are two types of thermistors: negative temperature coefficient, that is NTC, and positive temperature coefficient, PTC. With an NTC thermistor, when the temperature increases, resistance decreases. Conversely, when temperature decreases, resistance increases. A PTC thermistor works a little differently. When temperature increases, the resistance also increases, and when temperature decreases, resistance also decreases. This type of thermistor is generally used as a fuse. Typically, a thermistor achieves high precision within a limited temperature range of about 50 degrees centigrade around the target temperature. This range is dependent on the base temperature resistance. The arrow by the T signifies that the resistance is variable based on the temperature. Here the direction of the arrow or bar is not significant. Now let's just take a minute and try to answer these questions. Thermistor is a contraction of which type of resistor? Thermistors provide what, and a strain gauge is an example of what? I hope you got the answer. So thermistor is a contraction electrical resistor. Then thermistors cannot sense any change in temperature. Okay, thermistor is a contraction of thermal temperature resistor. A strain gauge is an example of primary sensor. And let's just move forward and talk about RTD PT100. So an RTD is a sensor whose stands for resistance temperature detector. Here, whose sense resistance changes as the temperature changes. The resistance increases as the temperature of the sensor increases. The resistance versus temperature relationship is well known and is repeatable over time. An RTD is a passive device. It does not produce an output on its own. External electronic devices are used to measure the resistance of the sensor by passing a small electrical current through the sensor to generate a voltage. Typically 1 milliampere or less, measuring current of 5 milliampere maximum without the risk of self-heating. Now we'll talk about the working of RTD. So an RTD consists of a resistance element and an insulated copper wire. The most common number of wires is 2. However, some RTDs have 3 or 4 wires. The resistive element is the temperature sensing element of the RTD. It is usually platinum because as a material it is highly stable over time. It has a wide temperature range. It offers an almost linear relationship between temperature and resistance, and it has a chemical inertness. Nickel or copper are also other popular choices of material for the resistive element. An RTD works by using a basic principle. As the temperature of a metal increases, so does the resistance to the flow of electricity. An electrical current is passed through the sensor. The resistance element is used to measure the resistance of the current being passed through it. As the temperature of the resistance element increases, the electrical resistance also increases. The electrical resistance is measured in ohms. The resistance value can then be converted into temperature based on the characteristics of the element. Typically, response time for an RTD is between 0.5 and 5 seconds, making them suitable to applications where an immediate response is not required. Now we'll talk about the benefits of RTD. RTD are used within different industries including automotive, white goods, marine and industrial applications. Benefits of using RTDs over other temperature sensors are: it is highly accurate, consistent, offer long-term stability, it has high repeatability, it is suitable for extreme environments and have a high temperature range depending on resistance element material. Now let's just take a minute and try to answer these questions. The resistance temperature detected is what type of sensor? Which type of sensor? Sensing element in the thermometer must provide what, and RTD stands for what? I hope you got the answer. So resistance temperature detected is an electrical transducer. Sensing element in the thermometer must provide large and change in resistance, and RTD stands for resistance temperature detector. I hope you have understood the concept of RTD and thermistor. Thank you.